And so what I'm going to do in this DVD is I'm going to share with you how I structure sessions and how I write scripts. Now, I do write scripts, and I do bring them to hypnosis sessions with me. I'm sitting here in my office where I actually provide clinical hypnotherapy services to clients. And I'm holding in my hands papers that are going to be my guide for teaching you today. I view a hypnosis script just like I view these papers here in my hand, as a guide to help me make sure that in every one of my sessions I cover everything that is important to the clients. I think sometimes it's a matter of pride for folks to say, I never use scripts in hypnosis or hypnotherapy. Why, I do everything from the top of my head and just by reading the client needs. Well, that may appear very intelligent or like you're a hypnosis superstar on a hypnosis chat board on the internet. The reality is I want to make sure my clients get everything that they came for. And they came for me to make effective suggestions to them during the course of their hypnotherapy sessions. One of the ways for me to make sure that I can provide them with effective suggestions during the session is to actually have a script that can be a guide for me to make sure that I don't miss anything. There are certain things on this DVD that I want to cover, and I'm not going to miss any of them because I have them written out here on this script for this DVD that's before me. And you're glad that I have this script in my hand because you're going to make certain that you receive everything that's important to you in purchasing this DVD because I've come prepared. Likewise, when I come to a hypnosis session, I want to make sure that my client gets everything they deserve. And so I almost always, even with the smoking cessation and weight loss clients who I work with, and I've done many stop smoking sessions, I've done many weight loss sessions, I've written many scripts for other hypnotherapists for weight loss and smoking cessation sessions, but I still bring my scripts with me. Now, in each session, I don't sit here with the microphone and necessarily read them word for word, verbatim. But I do have them in my hand. And at various times during the process, I will go read specific things to them. I even tell my clients in the pre-talk. And I'm going to bring some papers with me. And these papers contain some suggestions that I'm going to make to you. These aren't suggestions that come from me, but rather they're things that you want me to suggest to you based on the fact that you came here and scheduled this appointment. And I want to make sure we don't miss anything. So I brought with me today some notes and some stories. And at various times during our session, you may actually even hear me reading some of these things to you, and that's because I want to make certain that you get everything that you're entitled to. My clients really appreciate it when I bring a script and I'm prepared for my therapy session with them. Well, let's go ahead now. Let's talk a little bit about the structure of a hypnosis session. And I actually think that script writing begins before they even come into the therapy office. It begins during the pre-talk and the assessment. Now, pre-talk in many situations has been taught to be the time when the hypnotist does a lot of convincers. I don't do very many convincers with my clients in clinical hypnotherapy. The reason why is simple. My clients made an appointment for hypnosis, so I'm assuming that they want me to hypnotize them, even if this is their very first session. And because the name of my business has hypnosis in it, everybody who comes for smoking cessation or weight loss or to overcome any issue that they present with knows that I'm going to be doing hypnosis. In fact, I think that hypnotherapy is quite popular with clients because they don't want other forms of therapy. And so when my clients come to my office, I make the assumption that they already want me to hypnotize them. And so I don't do very many convincers to convince my clients that hypnotherapy is valid or that, hypnosis is the best course of action for them. I assume that they are already willing to be hypnotized and that they already assume there are going to be tremendous benefits to them in coming to my office for a hypnosis therapy session. Where I do use convincers, though, is with my clients who present with physical ailments. And there's another video that I've done which deals specifically with using convincers in clinical hypnosis. But let me just mention for you the types of convincers that I use. When I have clients who come for weight loss, they want to know, hey, how can hypnosis help me? And so what I do with them is I do the lemon drop convincer. I have them imagine there's a lemon drop candy in their hand and that they're eating the imaginary candy, and that when the imaginary candy touches their tongue, the sugary exterior gives way to that sour interior, and then I have them open their eyes and describe for me if they noticed any changes, or if they, what did they experience during that process? And almost all of them say, wow, I salivated, or wow, I could feel it in my hand, or wow, I could actually taste the sour, or I could taste the sweet. And I explained to them that hypnosis helps them to, for example, lose weight, because the mind actually responds physically to the things that it creates. And so if I can produce with imaginary candy a physical response like salivation, then in clinical hypnotherapy, I can produce a physical response, being able to effectively lose weight through suggestion and through new patterns of learning that are established during a hypnosis session. So in my clinical practice, part of my script, if you will, part of the suggestions that I give begin during that assessment process when I give them some examples of how hypnosis works.